Mike, your thoughts about the confession and confessions now, because Paul Grice confessed also.
Right. Yeah. People don't realize that even though the police want to question someone who's in custody and they want to interrogate them with a series of, questions, um, and they warn them, the right to remain silent, anything you say can only be against the court of law. Yeah, right to an attorney. If you can't afford one, won't be appointed. Like everybody knows them. Um, the police actually, before they want to talk to the suspect, they have to actually tell the suspect, you don't have to talk to us. You can actually have an attorney if you want. And strangely, as much as it seems a little strange, statistically, about 75 to 80% of criminal suspects actually voluntarily waive the right to an attorney, waive the right to not say anything under Miranda, and start talking. And for law enforcement, that's excellent, because once you have been given Miranda and you waive your right to have an attorney and not to say anything, anything and everything that you say is considered voluntary. And we believe that voluntary admissions by suspects are accurate. And also, once the police officer or the detective takes the statement, after, like you say, after many hours, someone is going to go out and start to verify the points made by the interviewee, by the suspect, to corroborate what was said in the statement. And if you can corroborate what's in the statement, then you know absolutely it is 100% ironclad accurate. And that's really important. And any suspect with an attorney who gets the attorney later on after the arraignment in court, after their initial appearance, the attorney will always try to knock that out. Say they violated Miranda. They try it all the time, but because of the statement that they sign and it's dated, and especially if you have it on video, it is very often they are very often unsuccessful in trying to knock that statement out, and that statement will come in to hurt that suspect's criminal interests, and it will be admissible at trial. So I know Brian Hinton, and you say the press, they're amazed that these statements are given, but statistically, it's 75 to 80% of the suspects actually do waive their rights and talk to the police. So it's not uncommon whatsoever. It's actually very common.
Mike, I also wanted to say, and a professional detective will do this also. First of all, it's very smart for any jurisdiction to videotape it.
Mm-hmm.
This way, a defense attorney can't say, oh, my client was beaten. My client had welts all over. You could see the person. The other thing is during these interviews, it's always smart for the investigator to offer water, bathroom breaks, and food, and document such in the report. Because what is the first thing a defense attorney? My client didn't eat. My client didn't drink. My client wasn't allowed to use the bathroom. She was treated like an animal.
Yeah.
If the detective has all of these things documented, the attorney can't go there. He or she can go there, but the prosecutor going to say, counselor, the detective offered her a bathroom break every half hour, and she was offered food, and she was also offered to take a break at certain intervals. So she was treated humanely. That's important.
Billy, it's important for the investigation. It's important for the investigator. It's important for the public to know that that's how this is done today. This isn't like some old time movie from the 1930s with Jimmy Cagney, gangster movies. No, where they're, maybe, the third degree treatment. No, I encourage people to watch shows like The First 48 Hours on TV, things like that. And you actually see the way things are done professionally because you see it in real life. There's plenty of these confessions on TV, court TV, and things like that. And that's the way they go. They're very, very calm, and they are done over and over and over and over again the same way. and people are treated, to bathroom breaks, and like you say, because a detective does not want to mistreat a suspect, because if you mistreat the suspect, they'll shut up and not say anything. They'll get mad at you. So you treat them as kindly as you can, and this way they'll respond, you hope, positively, and talk and give you information to help with the investigation. You catch more flies with honey. Policing is so much more professional than it was, from you see it in old movies. It's done really well, and it's done very professionally, and it should make the public actually feel confident that the statements are accurate and that justice will have been served.
100%. Susan Rome, Rickman's grandmother, Debbie Knox Davis, stated that Rickman told her that they didn't have to worry about the custody battle much longer because Adams had it under control, so he knew about it. And Rickman is, of course, Tiffany Adams' son and the father of the children involved in this custody battle. Well, Susan, I think you're right. And is there a possibility that Rickman is involved in this too, or knew about this? Yeah, I think there is. I mean, we're not pointing fingers, but I wouldn't be surprised. Sherry, why a 10-foot grave? They had probably a backhoe that they were digging with, and they just decided. I'm sure if they were digging it by hand, it wouldn't be 10 feet. But they had machines there to dig it, so they dug it extra deep. Dragonfly Lady, and I don't believe for a minute that law enforcement isn't aware of this cult, the Misfits, and were aware of the custody issues and the threats being made. They did nothing. Dragonfly Lady, I don't doubt you. I'm just saying that I know that they had interviewed some FBI agents and they hadn't heard of specifically God's Misfits. Lotus, they were dumb and left the car there. If they hit the car good and got rid of the hammer, Lotus, you're right. That was a glaring mistake that they. I mean, if you're thinking like a murderer, and to leave the car there.
That's right.
Trucker Girl, thank you for the $9.99 super sticker. Thank you, Professor Michael Geary, for predicting at acting this overview, or predicting. I'm missing a word there, but yeah, we all appreciate Professor Mike Geary, and thank you so much, Trucker Girl. We appreciate it.